Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And in today's episode, the topic is, could the Brooklyn Nets end up being a major disappointment? So that's the topic I want to get into today's video. But before we get into that, I want you guys to please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Also be on the lookout for our Dreamerspro premium community. We're almost done with that. And also be on the lookout for dreamerspro.com. So anyway, let me get into this video here, man. The Brooklyn Nets have been quite a bit enigmatic this entire season. So we all know the Brooklyn Nets have become the most hyped team in the NBA, even more so than the Lakers, right? It's the Brooklyn Nets. Going into the season, we all knew what they were going to be. Well, we all knew what they could have been, could be rather, with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. We got a good glimpse of that in the early stages of the season, and then they went out there and got James Harden, and everything just went haywire. With the acquisition of James Harden, they became the most hyped team in the NBA. They went from being Eastern Conference contenders to, some people had them as winning the title, right? Some people had them winning the title, and some people had them for sure coming out of the Eastern Conference as making it to making it to the NBA Finals, because they said, listen, these guys just have too much offensive firepower to not make it to the NBA Finals. And to be quite honest with you, it's true. They have. They're a juggernaut on the offensive side of the floor. They're the number one team in the NBA in scoring. They have two guys on the team that's having close to 50, 40, 90 seasons. The last game we saw them playing against the Clippers, one of the better teams in the NBA, their big three put up 90 points. So, what can you do with a team like that? The Clippers duo put up 60, and then 59, 60, and then there's another guy. They put up another 30. So, it's insane when you think about it, because they have three elite scorers that makes them extremely difficult to guard. However, there's a major problem that the Brooklyn Nets have. And one of those problems is they tend to play down to their competition way too often. The Brooklyn Nets can go out there and beat a very good team like the Clippers and then drop 2 games to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And you sit there and you ask yourself, but how is it possible that a team with this type of talent continues to go out there and lose? Now, last night, they played the Toronto Raptors, who got off to a very slow start this season. They're still under 500, but they've finally started to play a little bit better. Now they're in the Eastern Conference playoff picture. They've won their last 3 games. They've won 6 out of the last 10 games that they've played. So the Toronto Raptors have been playing pretty well, and they're starting to get their legs under them, and they're starting to play a lot better. It was the first time I actually got to watch them this season play in last night's game. But however, going into that game, the Brooklyn Nets, you could tell, are the way more talented team. Although the Raptors have championship pedigree, a very good coach, and all of these different things, we understand that. But nevertheless, if you're a betting man, you would bet on the New Jersey Nets. Now, there was a caveat. The caveat was Kevin Durant had to, for the first time in his career, come off the bench because of COVID tracing. And late in the game, he was taken out of the game for some reason I don't understand, right? Even he that's there with the team was perplexed as to why he was taken out the game. So if he was completely confounded by that decision of the coaching staff, you can imagine us out here. If he didn't understand it, how am I supposed to understand it? So he was confused. He was taken out of the game, and last night again, they lost the game. Right now, James Harden didn't show up in the fourth quarter. Kyrie Irving didn't even attempt a shot in the fourth quarter yesterday. I don't know what the issue was with him, but he didn't even attempt a shot last night, which was very strange in that fourth quarter, given the fact that we all know how much Kyrie Irving seems to love to score the ball. Now, Kawhi Leonard, just to digress for a moment, Kawhi Leonard last night didn't close. Well, he hasn't closed in 2 out of the last 3 games the Clippers have played, against the Nets and then against the Celtics. And I got on him. I'm not going to get on James Harden as much because I don't expect that much from James Harden. I've seen too much from him to know that he's not a reliable guy in late in games. But anyway, they didn't close last night, and they lost the game that they could have won. And again, the Brooklyn Nets gave up 120 plus points. The Raptors beat them. If I pull up the box score here, 123 to 117. If you look at the Brooklyn Nets stats this season, They're now giving up close to 120 points per game. They're allowing 118 points. Think about that, 118 points, and they're scoring 122. 4-point differential. I keep referring back to this opponents scoring and the differential because people can see, but isn't that, some people may think, isn't that a very basic stat? Guys, you don't need to, we don't need to complicate this thing. It's a very simple, this is not like rocket science. It's a very simple thing. These guys are allowing their opponents to score too much. And as you can see, if you have a team that doesn't play consistent defense, even the commentators last night were getting on them like, these guys are not serious about playing defense. They're not serious. If you allow teams to constantly score so much on you, you risk losing games. Why? Because when your jump shot is off, like James Harden was last night, and Kyrie Irving refused to shoot, I don't know why, you can lose a game. Because, yeah, you may outscore that other team. You can have the ability to outscore the other person. But if you can't stop them and you go cold, game over. It's a wrap. When they lost to the Clippers, when they beat the Clippers, it just got that they all started making shots. If some of these guys start missing shots, they would have lost that game. Now, some people may say, but listen, Kevin Durant didn't play. That's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. If you're telling me that you need Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving just to beat the Raptors, how are you going to beat the Lakers? How? Y'all had enough talent to win that game. Not y'all. I'm not saying y'all. But I'm just saying they had enough talent to win that game, and they didn't. And the Brooklyn Nets just keep allowing teams to beat them. They don't play defense. They're not even concerned with defense. Some people say, well, why are you focused on the defense? All you need to do is string together stops at the end of the game and you can win games. Let me ask you, what happens when you're down in a game? What happens when you're down in a game by 10, 15 plus points and the opponent's not missing? You're never going to beat them, like you saw with the Cavs. The Cavs, what they did was, because the Nets don't play defense, they got a lead on them. And what they said was, okay, come and catch us. And the Cavs' plan was, we're just going to keep making shots. And the Brooklyn Nets kept making shots, but they couldn't stop them, and they could never catch them. That's the point. That's the problem. In the NBA, if you allow teams to get hot, any team on any given night can beat you. It happens. So many times it happens in this NBA. These are professional players. And the Nets continue to just not play defense. And some people are talking about they're just waiting for these possessions. Okay, if that's your strategy, no problem. It may work. I don't think it will, but it may work. We don't know. But as of now, it's a very dangerous brand of basketball. And some people say, listen, when it comes to the playoffs, things are going to turn up. Guys, let me tell you, if you don't have the habits, you can't just all of a sudden do things that's not one of your habits. That's not part of your nature. Give you guys a perfect example. All of you guys are going to laugh about this. All of us went to high school, right? All of us went to high school. Y'all remember when we had summer break, we was doing nothing, right? We would stay up late, go out, hang out, stay up late, go to bed at 4 a.m. every day, 3 a.m. every day. Do y'all remember, all of you that watching this right now, do you guys remember when school was about to start? Like a week before school was about to start? Or like 4 or 5 days when school was about to start? What did we all do? What we all did was, when we knew school was like 3-4 days away, what did we start doing? We started to go to bed, what? A little bit earlier, right? Because you knew school would start at like 8:30 in the morning, right? So what did you start doing? If school was on Monday, Thursday, latest Thursday, because if you try to do it on Sunday, you're done. Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you will start going to bed early. You will start trying to be in bed by like 12. Why are you doing that? Because you're trying to get your body used to it. So when it's now Monday morning, and the alarm clock goes off, it's not a shock to your system because your body's used to it. We all do this. So what makes some people think that all of a sudden you're going to turn it on like a switch? Like, okay, now we're going to play defense. Y'all crazy. You need to build, we're human beings, we're not robots. Like, what are you talking about? It's like somebody that's trying to lose weight and you're, okay, I'm going to go cold turkey. I've been eating pizza and junk food all this time, and now all of a sudden, I'm going to eat salads every day. You're crazy. It doesn't work like that. You need to work your way into it. 2 days, you eat clean. 1 day, you may eat something not so clean. Then you got to try to get to 3 days, and sometimes you mess up. That's how it goes. It's not like, oh, cold turkey is on. If that's what the Brooklyn Nets are waiting on to see when they get to the playoffs, they're going to hit the switch, a switch that they never had to hit, they never had in their room to begin with. All of a sudden, they're going to hit the switch that they never had. Good luck. You think the Lakers are playing defense because, oh, we're trying to play defense because we're trying to win it? No, they're trying to build their habits. So when it gets to the playoffs, it's already part of their habits. It's not a big thing to play man-on-man defense for 18-minute stretch in a game. They can do it because they've been doing it. So the Nets, if that's their big play, like, okay, we're going to wait to the playoffs to turn it on the defensive end, and now we're going to start locking down. Good luck. If you don't have the habits, good luck. They may end up being a major disappointment because if this team doesn't live up to all the hype that's been heaped on them by others, not me, by others, because I knew that we're going to be dangerous offensively. Defensively is an issue, and I still have question marks. If I have some question marks on whether or not the Clippers can win the NBA title, what makes you think I don't have questions about the Brooklyn Nets? Why? I have questions about the Clippers. I have to see them do it the same way I have to see the Brooklyn Nets do it. And if this is their plan of not playing defense and refusing to defend night in and night out, they're playing with fire. So what I want to know from you guys is, do you think the Brooklyn Nets may end up being a huge disappointment this season, or do you think they're going to be able to miraculously turn it on at the end of the season? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Again, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out the next video that we have coming up. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro, wishing you guys an amazing day and catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.